Good morning. It is currently 7:08. I am getting ready currently to go to an estate sale. It starts at 8 o'clock. I was going to try and get up and be there by 8 to get my name on the list, but that did not happen, so we're just going to try and make it, and that will be good. It doesn't look crazy awesome, but A, it was incentive for me to get up this morning at a reasonable time, and B, secret, surprise, I may, not for sure, may be opening a clothing booth at the antique store that I'm at. So I would have a home goods booth with my mom, and then we would also have a just clothing booth for a little bit of my closet. Maybe. I was approached with the idea yesterday, and I'm thinking, crap, I better start working on this if it does happen. So we are just going to slick the hair back and go shop at the estate sale. I know this makes 2 vlogs back to back, so I'm very sorry if you do not like this type of content or if you're here for more reseller stuff. But I am going to stay, my husband and I are going to stay with my parents for the weekend, and then we're going to Dallas to go thrifting on Sunday. So we have a pretty busy weekend, and this week has been very chaotic. I booked a lot of my appointments this week, kind of on accident. They just kind of all happened to fall in the same week, and so I've been to the eye doctor, the dentist, and then I'm doing like a volunteer thing for a podcast today. My week has been packed and not all with work things, and then my weekend is busy, and so I'm trying to just do whatever works best in my schedule, and I figured a video that's the same as last week is better than no video at all. This is the outfit situation for today. I got this set at an estate sale a few weeks ago, and I love it. It's Johnny Was, and I'm obsessed. Okay, I just put on sneakers and some earrings, and we are headed out to go to the estate sale. Made it through the estate sale. I'm back in the car. The plan was to originally go get coffee first. Like, come put my name on the list, go get coffee, and then come to the estate sale. That did not happen because I got talking whenever I got here to some of my estate sale friends. So I just got done at the estate sale. We're gonna go get some coffee and some breakfast and then go home and work. But first, I'm gonna give you a little haul of what I found. Okay, first up, I got this little Pendleton jacket. I don't know what's in frame. I hope you can see any of this that I'm showing you. This little Pendleton jacket. I got this little spring top set. It's like a button-down top with little tulips, and then it has a tank under it that matches. I love that kind of thing for spring. We have another one of those, but this one is like Vegas themed. It has like cards and whatever. Super cute. Next one is a pant and top set. So it's a matching button-down top and pants. I think I might keep this for myself if it fits. I love this kind of thing too. Next is a 60s or 70s maxi dress, and it has this cool little cutout with the bow tie at the top. It's just like a long straight dress. And then I've had one of these before. It's like a vintage house dress, 60s house dress. But this one's a butterfly, which I thought was super, super cute. And then my favorite that I got is this little house dress, and it has cherries all over it. So cute. And then on the bottom, it has this whole like fruit pantry thing, which I just think is adorable. And then I got this little Beverly Hills tote bag. One more set. This vintage velour Neiman Marcus set. It's like velvety kind of material, and it has the matching pants. This farm turtleneck. It has little cows and farms on it. And then I didn't know anything about this, so I had to ask Blake, but it is a like Mr. Bartender kind of thing. I had asked Blake what this was. He honestly didn't know for sure. It's a bartender situation, but he says that this era had a lot of like gimmicky bartender kind of things, but it has super cute packaging and it's new in the box. So got that, and then this little butterfly cross stitch thing. So nothing crazy, but I'm happy that I got it. I'm gonna go get a coffee, and then we've got to go home and get some work done. When you're ready. Hi, I have an order for Lillian. Update, I was on my way home and I saw a sign that said moving sale today only, and it's in my neighborhood, like on my street, just down the street. So we're gonna go look at that real quick. I did get my Dunkin', per usual, iced coffee with 3 caramel and oat milk. I just went to that sale, and A, it ended up not being a moving sale, it was just a garage sale, and B, it was someone who follows me. I walked up and she knew who I was and she follows me and knew that I lived where I lived. So it was so fun to talk to her and to grab a few things from her closet and from her home goods. So now we're gonna go inside and get some work done. It is Thursday, which means just like last week, I need to edit story sales. I got some of them done yesterday, but I need to go do the rest. And then I volunteer as the host on a podcast for a nonprofit about higher education. And so I have my last podcast recording for that this afternoon. So I'm gonna try and get everything done before that. All of my stories filmed, so now we're gonna make a little lunch and then get ready to go film that podcast. I talked about it a little bit earlier, but I could describe a little bit more. So there's this nonprofit called Europe. They do a bunch of stuff for rural schools to help higher education be more affordable for their students. So one of my old professors started working for an ad agency who Europe had hired to do their advertising. When I was still in school, she asked me if I wanted to volunteer to be their host. I got volunteer credit for it, and I was able to work with the ad agency, which was great while I was in school. So now we're finishing up that podcast. I have my recording session today. So I'm going to go do that, and it should only last like a couple hours, fingers crossed, because I would love to list a few things today, but I don't know if that's going to happen. We don't have much groceries because we're about to go out of town for a few days, so I'm just going to do like crackers, ham, smoothie bowl situation. I love smoothies and smoothie bowls, but I hate all the dishes that it makes whenever I make them. And also smoothie bowls are hard to make. I feel like I'm not the best at getting the right texture, and also it's so expensive. So I've been getting frozen smoothie bowls, but I haven't had this kind in a long time. This is the Sambazon brand. Sambazon? I don't know, but I remember them being pretty good. So I usually do this with like add Nutella or peanut butter or something to give some more fiber and protein. Okay, microwave for 10 to 15 seconds. And it also comes with granola in there, which is really handy. And I just did ham and Ritz crackers. I love doing Nutella in my smoothie bowls or acai bowls. There's a smoothie bowl place pretty close to us that has the best smoothie bowls with Nutella, and I'm obsessed with them, but it's so expensive. It's pretty far from us, so I don't go very often, but I went a lot when I was living in the town that it's in when I was in school, so I have to recreate it at home sometimes. Basically gourmet. Like I said, we're going to my parents'. Oh my gosh, it just keeps working. Like I said, we're going to my parents this weekend, so I'm trying to pack really quickly before I go film this podcast, just so that it's all together and I'm not forgetting anything. I think I have all my clothes packed. I'm about to put on a little bit of makeup, so I'll pack that afterwards. I have some things to work on and list while we're there. I should probably pull my shipping and take that with me too and just do that while we're there. hopefully this is everything. I brought a few outfits. Actually, on Sunday, I don't know if I've said this, we're driving to Dallas. My parents only live like 2 hours from Dallas. We live about an hour and a half from them. But we're driving to Dallas for the day, and we're going to go thrift in Dallas. Blake and I are. So I also packed a comfy outfit for that. And storms are supposed to be coming in this afternoon and tonight. It doesn't all look like it's storming at all right now. But it's going to get colder this weekend, so I had to pack a couple more layers than I have been used to this week. So I think that all my clothes are packed, and now I'm going to wrap that up and then get ready to go film this podcast. We're going to do some very, very, very light makeup because A, the podcast is not filmed, so it does not really matter what I look like, and B, I need to leave pretty soon. So I'm just going to put on some concealer and blush and maybe mascara and just call that good. I'm honestly exhausted. I got up too early this morning for when I went to sleep, and I think that I'm just still kind of out of whack from daylight savings time last weekend. I'm tired. I want to go take a nap. I probably should not drink another coffee because I'm about to be speaking a lot, so I don't want to mess up how I'm talking, but maybe some water would be good. I went to the dentist yesterday for the first time literally in 5 years, and I was terrified. I had not been to the dentist. I had an appointment during COVID that got canceled. That was supposed to be my last appointment that I went to. So I have not been since 2019, and I just never went back after that. So I went to the dentist yesterday for the first time in years. I went for a cleaning and then like a general exam. So they did all my x-rays, they did a gum cleaning, a tooth cleaning, like they did the whole shebang. And I do think my teeth look and feel better, but they hurt. My teeth hurt today, which I guess means I should go to the dentist more often. I'm glad that I went and got it over with, but it was not an enjoyable experience, I must say. And I did have cavities, for those wondering. The answer is yes. I mean, I only had 3 cavities and then one like partial or something that could turn into a cavity. And they said that none of them are awful. So I suppose for not going in that long, it could be worse. But yeah, so if you've been putting off the dentist or the doctor, you should go and just get it over with because it'll feel so much better to just have it done. I had mentioned earlier that I may or may not be, I literally do not know, like nothing is decided, be getting a clothing booth at the antique store that I'm at. So we would keep the home goods booth and then add a clothing booth. And so I've been trying to keep an eye out just since I had this mentioned to me yesterday. I've been trying to look for racks and things affordably so that I don't have to spend a ton of money up front if I do decide to do this clothing booth. And we found some racks that are in Gainesville, Texas, which is like not really on the way, but could be on the way to Dallas, where we're going on Sunday already from my parents' house. And so I think that I might go ahead and just buy them in case I do want them. So basically the owner of the antique booth called me yesterday and asked if I would ever be interested because I guess that some of their clothing vendors are leaving and she really likes the kind of clothes that I have and she thinks that it could be good for the booth. So she asked if I'd be interested, but I can't go up and talk to her until Monday just because of our schedules. We will see. I have not committed to anything yet, and I don't know what any of that is going to look like. But it would be a smaller booth than we have for our home goods, and it would just be clothes and accessories. So, like, of course, clothes, tops, tees, sweatshirts, sweaters, dresses, that kind of stuff. And then also probably all of our, like, scarves, shoes, purses, hats, things like that would all be in there too. And it would all be vintage, like none of it would be modern, which I think could be very exciting and very fun. And it would be cool for my local Oklahoma City girls to be able to come and shop in person clothes as well. But it of course makes me nervous just because it's new and different. So I don't know, that's still up in the air, but it's something that I'm trying to keep in mind this weekend as I'm going to Dallas. So I might be buying some clothing racks in addition to going thrifting on Sunday. So we will see. It's exciting. This and the antique booth, I feel like both kind of just happened into my life. Like I was not seeking them, and I feel like that's how most of the best opportunities do a lot of the time. And so I'm trying to just like not get my hopes up, but also not stress myself out about it. Just like let whatever happens happen and pray about it and see what happens. So that's something that I'm keeping in mind also, is looking for vintage clothes to start stocking that too. A little bit of mascara and we got to get on the road. This is not my best look that I've ever had, but we're just working with what we got. I need to wax my eyebrows so badly. I went to the dentist yesterday and they brought out this big camera to take like my external pictures. So they did my x-rays and they had like a Canon that they brought out to take my pictures. And they took like a really high def picture of my mouth. and I don't really see it right now, but in this picture, it was like I had a mustache, and I was like, okay, I gotta take care of that too. So I really need to, I typically do my own waxing, like I buy wax strips and wax my eyebrows and my lip, but I guess that I really need to do that. So if you struggle with that too, know that it's not just you. And I was supposed to be looking at my teeth, and all I could see is my mustache. This liner is supposed to be the dupe for the Pillow Talk liner, and it's just like NYX lip pencil in Peekaboo Natural, and I really like it, especially if I have like really light makeup on. If I just want a little something on my lip before a gloss or before a chapstick, I like to put a little bit of that on, and I feel like it makes it look a little bit more put together. But this is done. This is ready as I'm gonna get. I'm gonna go film that podcast, and I'll try and get a few clips, but I don't know if I can really take you along with me. And then we'll come back and finish packing, work a little bit, and head to my parents. I also remember that I have these vintage Easter postcards I want to take up to the booth. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and take these, and I'll tag them and run out while I'm out. They're from 1910 and 1913, and they're written. Oh my gosh, for real. And they're Easter, so I thought it was perfect to take up because they're having like an Easter spring garden event this weekend, so I'm gonna take them up there. I just got done recording 2 podcast episodes. So that podcast is a nonprofit podcast for higher education. I think I talked about this a little bit earlier. So today's podcast episodes were about college basics and about the Regents Board of Higher Education for Oklahoma. So we had guests, and my job is just to interview them. I'm just the host essentially. So we just did that. I'm downtown Oklahoma City right now. I want to go over to my antique booth and add a couple things in before we leave for the weekend. I showed you those little Easter cards, but then I also have that butterfly thing that I bought at the estate sale this morning. And then I have something else. Oh, at that moving sale that I went to, I got like this window kind of thing, like vintage window. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and take those up to the antique booths just so they're out of my house and can hopefully make us some money at the event this weekend. So I'm gonna go do that and then head home and start getting ready to leave. I just got done at the antique store. I added in the things I bought this morning and those little Easter postcards. So I just added those in, chatted with my neighbors at the antique booth, and then now I'm headed home. When I get home, we're gonna grab our stuff, get in the car, and start going. And then whenever we get to Marlow, it's gonna be almost story sale time. So I keep vlogging on the weirdest, craziest days. I should probably pick more like tame, normal work days of my life. But I guess it's just more accurate because this is what my life is like most of the time, is I'm always going and doing different things, which is one of the biggest blessings of this job, is that it changes every day and I can do whatever. But it also makes it where you're probably like, Lily, how do you make any money because you're not doing anything? Well, I am doing things. It just looks different every day. But I also am taking a bag of things to my parents' house to list this weekend. Because I have not listed anything today, and then if I don't take it, then I obviously want the next few days. So I'll probably have a pretty normal work day tomorrow at my parents' house, because my mom has a studio because she resells too, and then probably list a few things this weekend. But that's the plan.
It's your turn. It's like I've done this a long time.
The salad's quite pretty close to yours. Who's Kramer?
Hello, it is the next day, and I realized I don't think that I ever finished filming last night. I think that I filmed us playing games, and I think that was the end. But we went to bed pretty shortly after that, and then got up this morning, went to some garage sales. I took my little brother to school. We went to an antique store and just kind of shopped around. But we're staying here for the weekend and then going to Dallas tomorrow to thrift. This is my parents' puppy, and they have another dog around, and then Otis is back here too. So it is a full house this weekend. I'm working a little bit today, editing this video. I cross-listed some, and I plan to list a few things. Story sales went really great last night. Thank you so much for shopping, and there's still some things available on my Instagram. So if you want to shop those, you can go onto my Instagram, and there are my available highlights. But thank you so much for watching. Sorry for 2 vlogs in a row, but it was kind of fun for me to film. And it also kind of shows you how crazy and chaotic my life is most days and most weeks. But if you like reseller content, please subscribe down below. I post new videos every Friday. thrift hauls, what sold videos, vlogs like this, and all different kinds of things. Also let me know down below what kind of content you want to be seeing coming up, and I'm going to try and start planning and batching in advance so that I can have really good videos for you. But as always, thank you so much for watching, and thank you for being a part of A Little Bit of My Closet.